of Georgetown University law professors are in hot water after being caught on Zoom making these comments about some of their African-American students.
And you know what? I hate to say this. I end up having this, angst every semester that a lot of my lower ones are Blacks. Happens almost every semester. And it's like, oh, come on. Get some really good ones, but there are also usually some that are just plain at the bottom. It drives me crazy.
So there are a lot of things that I think people are missing about this. But first of all, let's just talk about exactly what happened to the professors. Now, the woman was fired. The man was actually put on administrative leave. The Georgetown Black Law Students Association released a statement that basically called all of them racist and talked about, systemic bias and all of the buzzwords right now. And so there's a couple of things that are going on here. First of all, do I think that the statements were great? I do not. I think that they were a little bit inarticulate and misjudged. But I think that we're blowing over the main issue here. So when you look at this woman and these two people, there is no doubt in my mind that this woman is your run-of-the-mill bleeding heart white liberal. You can tell how badly she wants these kids to succeed and how much she doesn't even want to say this because she knows that it's not PC to say. But what's missing, what a lot of people are missing here, and particularly a lot of the African-American people that are being so angry about this, and they're saying this is systemic bias and this is racism and fire this woman and all this other stuff, is that there is a large percentage of Black students at Ivy League universities that are not prepared to do that level of work. And these people do underperform. They underperform. A lot of them fail out. Some of them fail to graduate. Some of them, it takes them longer to graduate than normal. And that is just the reality. And as somebody who came from a bad public school and went to, pretty much semi-Ivy League for my undergrad and Ivy League for my graduate degree. My graduate degree is from Columbia. My undergrad degree is from Syracuse University. I think that we don't take a lot of time to really speak to the fact that a lot of these kids that are, lower income, Black, Latino, whatever, that are in these Ivy League institutions are competing with in school, in classes next to kids that have been privately educated for their entire lives. They are right next to kids that have only gotten the best education. And a lot of the time, these Ivy League universities cannot wait to take in Black and Latino kids or whatever because diversity, because of whatever. And, a lot of the times, these kids are unprepared to do that level of work to the level of their classmates who have been privately educated and have gone to nothing but the best schools their entire lives. Now, I think that it would have been more interesting to have this conversation in the wake of these remarks, but instead, cancel culture does what cancel culture does, which it went ahead, smeared this woman as a racist, completely ruined her career, by the way, fired her, put the other guy on leave. So he's on notice that if he doesn't have some sort of groveling apology, then he's going to be put on leave as well. And what we're missing here is addressing the issue at hand, which is the fact that this woman had been teaching for 20 years and she does have underperforming Black students over and over and over again. So instead of addressing that issue and instead of addressing the things that led to that issue happening, we kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater, call this woman a racist, throw her out, wash our hands, and move on to the next outrage. And you know what's going to happen is that a lot of these students in these institutions are going to continue to underperform because instead of diving into why they're really underperforming and diving into the real issues and seeing if there's a real way to fix that, we do a knee-jerk reaction, call everything racist, get people fired, and we continue to ignore the real issue, which is why I guarantee a lot of these kids will continue to underperform in Georgetown and other Ivy League institutions like it.